Assalamualaikum, we are from Group 4 and we will present the second line of defense.
Hi, my name is Karina Adlin binti Kamar Zaman and I will start with the introduction of the lines of defense model. The lines of defense model are well-established regulated framework designed to aid in the implementation of an effective risk management system. There are 3 lines of defense that provides guidance for effective risk management. First line of defense is associated with the business and process owner. Second line of defense comprises supports management to help ensure risks and controls are effectively managed. Meanwhile, the third line is provided by internal audit function. Now, we will look into the second line of defense. The second line of defense is provided by the functions that oversee risk management and compliance processes. This level provides the policies, frameworks, tools, techniques, and support to enable risk and compliance to be managed in the first line. This line of defense monitors and facilitates the implementations of effective risk management practices by operational management. Management established this function to ensure the first line of defense is properly designed, in place, and operating as intended. Next, I will explain a little bit about the background of Bursa Malaysia. Bursa Malaysia, or previously known as Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, was founded in 1964. Bursa Malaysia is an exchange holding company that has been publicly listed in 2005 and based in Kuala Lumpur. Bursa Malaysia provides a full integration of transactions, offering a wide range of currency exchange and related services including trading, settlement, clearing, and saving services. Since its listing, Bursa Malaysia has developed steadily and it now contains the most public listed companies in all of Asia. Their PLC are listed on 3 different markets, which is the main market, East market, and the lead market. Bursa Malaysia also responsible to ensure the orderly dealings with the securities deposited with the exchange. On March 2020, Malaysian government has announced the Movement Control Order, which caused all sectors to come to a standstill as no jobs were allowed to be carried out. During the pandemic, Bursa Malaysia have created a digital touchpoint and educational portals such as Bursa Marketplace, Bursa Sustain, Bursa Anywhere mobile app, and Bursa Academy to continue to make their marketplace accessible to all. Considering the COVID-19, Bursa Malaysia has accelerated the implementation of a new functionality on its Bursa Anywhere mobile app. This feature would enable Central Depository Services account holders to remotely manage their accounts. The purpose of this new feature is to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 while also ensuring the safety and the well-being of their investor.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Amaina Nadia and I will continue with the line defense model in Bursa Malaysia. So, keeping up with ever-changing business environment, Bursa Malaysia continually evaluates its risk profile. The Risk and Compliance Division monitors 4 categories of risk to facilitate oversight and control. As part of its commitment to ensuring awareness of risk across the enterprise and mitigating their impact on the company's performance, the division regularly assesses and report risk to its Management Committee, Management Risk and Audit Committee, Risk Management Committee, and Board of Directors. Several standards and framework were applied to manage Bursa Malaysia business and operation risk through enterprise risk management. In order to apply the risk management framework effectively, the line of defense must be established with clearly defined responsibilities. So in Bursa Malaysia, the first line of defense is controlled by senior management, including members of the Management Committee and Division Head, as outlined in Enterprise Risk Management Principles and and framework, and enterprise risk management process and guidelines, they are responsible for all risks assigned by each of their respective responsibilities. All key processes and activities must be integrated with risk management, and employees must develop their risk management capabilities. There are three groups in this line, which is compliance functions, legal, and enterprise risk management, which each of them is responsible for setting policies and procedures for overseeing the first line of the organization. It consists of a risk and compliance team and a management risk and audit committee supervised by the risk management committee. So in the RC, risks are overseen and approved for implementation across the group within its authority. In Bursa Malaysia, Internal Audit and Audit Committee provide assurance about the effective management of enterprise risk. Providing independent challenges to business operations and oversight function is the goal of this group. Line of defense also involve external auditor, regulators, and internal auditor. As part of Bursa Malaysia governance and control structure, they play a crucial role. An organizational regulator may develop requirements designed to improve control mechanisms while also assessing the organization in an independent and objective manner. The risk management policy, which has been approved by the board, is also part of this risk governance structure to make sure they effectively regulate Bursa Malaysia risk-taking activities. This risk management policy and any related risk management standards, guidelines, and procedures are continuously reviewed. Importantly, the annual review of Bursa Malaysia's risk appetite considers the maximum risk exposure or risk tolerance. The Risk Management Committee and the Board must both approve changes before they can be made. As part of continual efforts to improve the risk management process, an aggregations methodology has been developed and implemented to integrate and correlate risk information across the group, to provide a view of the organization's top operational risk and to assess whether Bursa Malaysia being one of the key goals of implementing enterprise risk management. To give a comprehensive and corporate-wide picture of the risk and compliance management within the group, a centralized risk management function combined with a compliance function was formalized for the Bursa Malaysia Group. The chart's representations of the structure for the risk and compliance divisions include the divisions of enterprise risk management, compliance management, and business continuity management. The risk reporting framework for enterprise risk management includes 4 risk categories, which is first, operational risk, financial risk, strategic risk, and legal and regulatory risk. Based on Sustainability 2020, the second line of defense also evolved into a tool for business unit to use to keep an eye on any instance of fraud, bribery, and corruption. To assure business resilience and organization's future success, one of the main forces behind value creation is sustainability. As Bursa Malaysia works to translate sustainability objective into business practice, it is incorporated into long-term corporate plans, policies, and planning procedures. Various stakeholder groups continuously assess the sustainability efforts and report material issues that are pertinent to the business model and have an influence on the potential for value generation to fulfill the expectations of Bursa Malaysia. The MMLR and pertinent international standards and guidelines relate to the sustainability report to effectively explain the sustainability journey and aim for better levels of openness. Internal audit review the sustainability report for data accuracy and quality assurance before it is submitted to the audit committee. The group's enterprise level risk and compliance management operations are supervised by the risk and compliance divisions, which is RC. So RC has put in place the required frameworks for risk and compliance management, which they match its initiative with the objective of the group as a whole, integrated its various risk and compliance process, and conducted risk and compliance engagement awareness campaign across the group in order to enhance the governance structure of the group.
Next, the third line of defense, internal audit during COVID-19. Internal auditor working under the direction of an audit committee are in charge of giving assurance regarding the efficiency of governance, risk management and internal controls, including the manner in which the first and second line of defense accomplish risk management and control objectives. The scope of this assurance, which is reported to senior management and to the governing body, that usually covers a broad range of objectives, including efficiency and effectiveness of operation, safeguarding of asset, reliability and integrity of reporting process. It also includes compliance with laws, regulation, policy, procedure and contract. The COVID-19 outbreak has made the accountability more apparent. Due to its extraordinary effect, it has become clear how linked risks are and how quickly the risk environment can alter. They must be aware of COVID-19's significant effect on the business risk environment. They must reconsider for whom they are minimizing risk as a starting point. Boards have traditionally concentrated on risk to shareholder value. They must now concentrate on hazard to a wider range of stakeholders. It is crucial to invest adequate time in comprehending precisely how the risk landscape is changing because hazards are evolving quickly. Therefore, this can only be accomplished if board members spend enough time considering risks. I will proceed with the advantage line of defense. The following are the benefits. First, the ownership and performance of the population of risks and controls are appropriately allocated across the line of defense, and they are further modified as necessary. Any unexpected risk and control gaps can be avoided, and wasteful duplication of effort should be avoided by limiting the number of redundant levels of controls. Second, a better awareness of risk and control has strengthened the control environment across the entire organization. It might be simpler, for instance, to identify potential conflict of interest or incompatibilities across duties and challenge them before eliminating or reducing such risks. Last, by reducing potentially duplicate and irrelevant information and delivering reports on time and with intelligence, reporting to the board and top management has improved. Here are common problems of line of defense. First, unclear roles and responsibility. One issue that arises frequently when putting the framework into practice is that the organization adopted principles rarely reflect into true job descriptions that are understood by all three lines of employee. Employee uncertainty diluted individual accountability and a false sense of security result from this. This is not only has the potential to severely harm a company's reputation, but it also has the potential to subject the organization to fine for breaking regulatory regulation. Second, natural conflict between the first and second line. The disagreement that naturally arises between the first and second line is the source of a third prevalent issue. The reason for this is that it's only natural for the first line to want to take on more risk, while the second line will always want to maintain risk level below what is considered tolerable. Having a strong, responsible, and the service leadership team that solicit information from all channels of communication and track it equally is essential to handling the dispute effectively.
Okay, next I will proceed to the recommendation. The issue that I will highlight the most in Bursa Malaysia is regarding the issue of cybersecurity risk. The increasing use of technological platforms in Bursa Malaysia has increased their cybersecurity risk profile. So, cybersecurity risk is defined as the probability of exposure or loss resulting from the cyber attack or data breach on the company. Due to the increased reliance of computers, network software, social media and data internationally, organizations are becoming increasingly subject to cyber threats. Okay, based on the issue, we will recommend that Bursa Malaysia to create an awareness program regarding the cyber security issues among their employees. Here are some suggestions for awareness program Okay, for the first is they need to budget for cybersecurity awareness. No matter what technological safeguards that the company invests into the safeguard their system from the cyber attacks, they need to pair them with appropriate employee awareness and training. Okay, the second is include cybersecurity training in the onboarding process. When new employees join a new company, they should provide them with appropriate cybersecurity training so that they know what is expected of them from the very first time they use a company computer on the corporate network. Okay, the third is model appropriate behavior from the top down. It is important that those in leadership roles within the company model the behavior that expected employees to display themselves. This sets the tone for the whole company, and the leadership team become champions of the cybersecurity awareness for the employee. Okay, we come to the last, which is the conclusion. Three-line defense model provides an effective model for organizations to enhance communication regarding the risk and control by clarifying the roles and responsibilities. This can help to improve the effectiveness of the risk management system in the organization. Bursa Malaysia used the line of defense model as their base layer to assign the roles and responsibilities in their risk management framework. With recent business environments that are exposed to an uncertain environment, Bursa Malaysia shows they have a strong capability to mitigate or manage the risk by practicing the line of defense model as ongoing risk management approach and sustain the activities as a routine. Okay, the next issue is Bursa Malaysia also faced a risk on business interruption due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A critical function of board has always been to understand and mitigate business risks. Four insights emerged into how board can change their approach to risk management to reframe the future of their organization. So first is protect more than shareholder value. Risk has always been tricky. Understanding new and emerging risks to business during a pandemic that impact the life of so many globally has added a new layer of complexity. Second is enter listening and learning mode. Board needs to be more aware of the societal and technological changes that are taking place. Only by fully understanding, board can conduct the future back planning necessary to mitigate the risk. The third is make a risk a mandatory agenda item at the board meeting. Board need to get comfortable with discussing risk more frequently, enhancing engagement and communication with management to understand where risk may materialize within the business. They should also use this meeting to scrutinize management on the effectiveness of risk basics such as the adequacy of business continuity plan. The fourth is search for hidden concentration risks. The COVID-19 crisis has highlighted that risks are interconnected, can appear out of nowhere, now here, and materialize at speed. Companies will need to have clarity around the shifting nature of risk to ensure the business continuity. Okay, we come to the last, which is the conclusion. Three-line defense model provides an effective model for organizations to enhance communication regarding the risk and control by clarifying the roles and responsibilities. This can help to improve the effectiveness of the risk management system in the organization. Bursa Malaysia used the line of defense model as their base layer to assign the roles and responsibilities in their risk management framework. With recent business environments that are exposed to an uncertain environment, Bursa Malaysia shows they have a strong capability to mitigate or manage the risk by practicing the line of defense model as ongoing risk management approach and sustain the activities as a routine.